So, this is Terry Givens, and I'm taking a walk around my new favorite place here in Austin. There's this amazing lake, and it's fenced in, and I jumped the fence because I am a rebel. Talk to me. What's up? So, I am going to make a video here to really break down a little bit what happened with my whole sickness, the thyroid situation, my experience, and then what I did to fix it. So I've been meaning to make this for a while, and I have to make it soon because you really start to lose the clarity of the emotional state that you're in every day that goes by. Like if you're sick right now, it's hard almost to remember what it feels like when you're not sick, and vice versa. When you're not sick, it's almost hard to remember what those feelings were like. So I want to capture this sooner than later so I can make sure that I don't kind of waste a great opportunity to share what went on. So this video is going to be about what happened, right? What went down for the past year. I'll make another video about my experience during it, right? I don't talk about the emotional side of this stuff much because it's just not my normal reflex reaction is to share the emotional side. I just share the facts. And I think a lot of people can relate to what I really experienced. So I'll make that as the next video. Then lastly, I will talk about what I did to correct it. So let's rewind the clock back to about a year ago. It was around March or so of 2016 is when I first started noticing that I was like getting really tired, right? I keep a food journal, which is critical. Like food journal probably saved my life. But a food journal is just I just use my calendar app on my phone. I make an event, a day-long event. I call it food. And in there, I write what I ate or consumed for the day, what supplements I took, if any. I'm about to come up on a lawnmower here, so be prepared. And I write down how I felt and what I noticed. And I've been keeping a food journal since 2009. Yes, I have 8 years of food journals, and not every single day, but sometimes every damn day when I am noticing changes or I'm tweaking or experimenting with my body. I would just keep this food journal and I can always refer back to it. So when I look back at my food journal, I saw around March is when I first started saying feeling tired, right? Taking naps. And then I got to the point where I was taking 3 and 4 hour naps every damn day. And I couldn't figure it out. Right around 4 o'clock, I just crashed. And then I would wake up at 7 o'clock and wonder, like, what the hell happened to my day? So that was going on for a few months. And, then I started experiencing this brain fog. Like I just felt super dumb, right? And I couldn't remember things and my words didn't flow succinctly. And I just felt really like, what the hell is going on here? And, then I started noticing these heart palpitations. Like I would wake up and my heart would just be pounding out of my chest. And that was weird. And like I'll be washing dishes, standing around the kitchen, and I would run out of breath. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? Just getting tired, my joints, and I had constant muscle aches and pains. I couldn't go to the gym very much because it just hurt to do any type of real heavy lifting. So my body was just getting kind of weaker and weaker and weaker. And what else is going on? I would get a full night's rest, sleep that is, and I would wake up in the morning. I just couldn't get the hell out of bed. I had zero energy to get out of the bed, and I just wanted to hit the snooze for like hour, 2 hours at a time. I just couldn't have the energy no matter how long I slept. I remember one night I went to bed at 7 o'clock at night, woke up at 7 in the morning with my alarm clock, and I was like, fuck, I just can't move. I can't even get out of this bed. So that kept getting progressively worse and worse and worse. And then I lost 25 pounds, right? So I was sitting about 195 or 200 pounds or so of just rock hard muscle, steel wrapped in concrete, right? That's what I see. And I got down to, I think the lowest point was like around 171 pounds. Like, I wear tailored shirts. All my shirts was loose and baggy. My fitted jeans, booty wasn't no booty. It was zero booty. So it just looked really emaciated. Just didn't look healthy, didn't feel healthy. I felt old. I felt like I was getting old. And I've never experienced that that age, that frailty I was feeling. So, I'm an experimental guy. So as all these things are happening, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is it. And I'm Mr. Cleanse guy. So then I am trying to figure out which cleanse do I need to do to detoxify whatever is going on in my body. So, I did my master cleanse to see if that would clean things up. That didn't help. And then I tried to do like a candida type cleanse to see if I can fix things up. That didn't help. And then, I think I was doing every type of cleanse I could figure out. I was buying all kind of apparatuses and devices to see if I can figure out what's going on. I bought like a grounding mat, which speeds up the healing process. I bought what else I bought? I bought this energetic frequency machine to see if that would help things out. I went to a whole bunch of different specialists outside of the normal American medical grid, and I'm doing parasite tests, which is nasty, disgusting. Damn, it involves your poo. So I did that, did a bunch of parasite cleanses, right? So I'm at this point, I'm $1,500, $2,000 in on special devices, cleanses, doctor visits, things trying to figure this thing out. And it wasn't getting any better. I was not getting any better. So around June of 2016, my buddy Mark Alford, says to me, hey, listen, I met a girl and she has an issue with her thyroid. You might want to get your thyroid checked. So I go to the doctor, which I couldn't even find the damn hospital, and I didn't know if I had insurance. That's how much I go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor, they run the test, and lo and behold, yes, it comes back that I have a hyperthyroid, not hypo. Hypo means slow. Hyper means too fast of a thyroid. On top of that, it is autoimmune, which means my body is actually attacking my thyroid. So it's called Graves' disease. So basically my thyroid's going too damn fast. It is chewing up everything I'm putting in my body. I'm losing weight like mad. My heart, like the issue with Graves' disease is people have heart attacks. Like your heart is going berserk. Like I could look down on my shirt and I would see my shirt moving because my heart was just pumping insanely strong. So got diagnosed in June or July there with Graves' disease. And what that means is that, basically you can die of a heart attack of that. But me, I'm hard-headed. I don't want to take medication because the diagnosis at that point is you're going to be on thyroid medication your entire life. Option one. Option two is they'll give you a radiated iodine pill, and that will literally burn part of your thyroid away, and then you'll get hypothyroid medication for the rest of your life because that's safer than having hyperthyroid. All those sound like ridiculous, stupid, caveman, Neanderthal, short-sighted, permanent options to a thing that didn't make any sense. So I started doing some pondering and looking at my food diary, and that's when I noticed that I've been taking this, I've been experimenting because I'm an experimental guy. I'm always experimenting with ways to help people lose weight, have more energy, grow younger as they age, etc., which is why I have a book. And I had been experimenting for the past 18 months with very high level iodine supplementing, like very high level. So for instance, I gotta keep switching my arm because I'm doing this for hours. This is the ultimate shoulder workout. So I've been experimenting with iodine. So I was taking 13,000% daily doses of Lugol solution, which is iodine, in a drop form. Why, Terry, were you taking 13,000% daily doses of iodine? Well, I'm always experimenting. So I was trying to figure out a way to modify how the thyroid works. I know that no matter how you eat, if you eat crappy and your thyroid is too fast, you will lose weight no matter what. And if you eat great and your thyroid is too slow, you'll fatten up no matter what. So I knew the thyroid was important more important than actually what you're putting in your body. So iodine modifies how the thyroid works. Plus, when you get your thyroid rocking, it also stabilizes women's hormones and it boosts testosterone in men. So I was kind of experimenting to see if I can make myself superhuman T. So, but I got lazy, right? In addition to the iodine I was taking, I was supposed to be taking other vitamins and minerals to balance out the effect of that iodine, right? So I'm supposed to be taking vitamin C, I'm supposed to be taking magnesium, I'm supposed to be taking selenium, I'm supposed to be taking all these things, a little bit of sea salt in there. All those things were supposed to balance out what the iodine was doing. But I got lazy after about a month. I was like, wow, this feels pretty good. I feel pretty fired up. I can feel the effect of it. So I got lazy and stopped doing all the other cofactors. And then I just started doing straight iodine. And that's where the end becomes. So after 18 months of that, I looked at my food journal. I'm like, wait a minute, I have a hyperthyroid disease. I've been taking 13,000% daily doses of iodine. Duh, I did this to myself. Dummy Award of the Year goes to Terry Givens. So that's how I figured out that I caused my own autoimmune hyperthyroid disease by irresponsible supplementing. That's really what happened. Like, you can't, these are things I've learned after the fact. I'm a certified nutritionist, but they don't cover a lot of this, plus a lot of it's BS anyway, some of the different nutrition programs. So when you put a high level of a single mineral in your body wants to try to use all of that fuel that you put in there. So it will then pull other minerals from your body to figure out, how do I use all this damn iodine that Terry's putting in here? We have to use it. And it starts to leach things like selenium from your body, vitamin C from your body, a lot of other minerals that your body needs, because it will use those supplements you put in there. So for instance, if you're taking just a high level of iron every day, the same thing is happening to you. If you're taking just a high level of magnesium every day, same thing. Your body is pulling from other resources to utilize that mineral. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't take a single mineral supplement, but at the high doses I was doing, I was just really wreaking havoc and causing massive deficiencies in my body. Massive. And after 18 months, it popped, and mine manifested as a hyperthyroid disease. So the iodine was making my thyroid speed up so much, my body didn't know it was part of me, and it was attacking it. So not only am I getting the detrimental effects of having a too fast thyroid, my body's attacking the damn thing too. So like, I was afraid to eat food. When I would eat food, I would just pass out in a coma and just be tired as hell. And then I'm like, wow, maybe I have some food allergies. But it was foods I've been eating all my life. Eggs, rice, some certain types of meats. I mean, like, I was literally afraid to eat food because it was causing these terrible side effects on my body. So then we figure out, oh, it's a hyperthyroid. Then I figure out I did it. By the way, I tell my doctor this, that I was supplementing super high levels of iodine. The only organ in the body that iodine affects is the thyroid, right? I tell my thyroid doctor, and he's like, nah, that's probably not it. That's probably not it? Come on, man. Ugh. So at that point, you had to get on the medication so that you don't get a heart attack and die. So they put me on this hyperthyroid medication so that my heart would stop beating out of my chest. Then I started to look around at more options. I've Googled websites on how to fix the mineral deficiency because I had obviously caused it. I could uncause it. So what happened to me, I accelerated. I had caused the deficiency in my body over 18 months. It's the same exact deficiency other people have been inadvertently causing in their body, but it takes decades to happen, right? There's people that experience the same symptoms that I did, but they didn't do massively irresponsible supplementing like I did, but they've lived a life of normal deficiency, right? You're eating low quality foods. that starts to sap your body. You're taking medications. Different medications will absolutely cause deficiencies in your body because that's how medications work. They manipulate how your body consumes minerals and vitamins. So if you're taking medication for years, you for sure have some deficiencies in your body that are causing and wreaking havoc all over the place. So the next part of the video, I'll explain kind of what the experience is like a little more, because I think a lot of you will definitely be able to relate to it. And then I'll also explain the research and experimentation I did to finally fix it all and get it back into working order. But to finish the rest of the what happened story, so then I get better. Right around October last year, everything started lining up. My mineral rebalancing worked. And by the end of the year, I was Superman. I could fly. I'm pretty sure I could fly. Anything was possible. It was one of the strongest points I've been in my life. Then, January, everything started going back downhill again. January 2017, everything going back downhill. And over the next 2-3 months, I was exactly where I was the previous summer. I had zero energy. I was taking naps again, super depressed. Like, depression ain't no joke. Like, I would wake up and I would feel like, what is the purpose of being alive? Like, I was in a very dark place. Like, you think about, what if I wasn't alive? What if I just jumped off this little bridge here? Like, what if I did something and just ended my life because I don't really see the reason for sticking around longer? It just seems kind of pointless. Like, you have weird, crazy thoughts like that always in the back of your head. So that was going on. And then I was super antisocial, didn't want to hang out with my own friends. Everything I felt like I said out of my mouth was putting people off. I was pissing my friends off. So I was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, I don't even know who I am and why I can't even control what the effect I'm having on people. Like, I had zero control over that. So I got to the point where I just didn't want to be around human beings, which is part of the reason that I was looking to move anyway. But part of the reason I moved out of San Diego was I just felt like everything I was doing was affecting years and lifelong friendships because I couldn't seem to get my shit straight. So then I move, I get all settled in, I get to be by myself for a couple months, which was all I wanted to be at that point, was that just human beings were not giving me the interaction I needed. Then I'm just frustrated to all hell. Like, what the hell is going on? What is happening? How am I back in this place again? I experimented, I undid stuff, I redid stuff. I did exactly the same things that I did to get myself fixed up last year. I just couldn't figure out for the life of me what the hell was going on. Then I referred back to my food journal again. And part of what I'm going to go through and explain to you later is the mineral supplementing program that I did that got me all fixed up. And was part of it is a hair mineral sample. You send a piece of your hair in there. They analyze what your deficiencies are in your body. They know that it's not exactly what's in your hair is in your body. They know how to extrapolate and figure out the real deal. And then they give you some minerals and supplements to take to fix those deficiencies. And that's what got me to being superhuman by the end of the year. But at the end of the year, as I referred to my food journal, I did an update on my hair sample with them. And one supplement they added to my mix was kelp. And kelp, being a sea vegetable, has lots of iodine in it. And I was aware of that, right? I know what kelp does. I know what it's about. But I guess I just thought, that they know my hair sample deficiencies better than me. If they're telling me it's time to take kelp, maybe it's time to start to rebuild what kelp and iodine does in the body. So I slowly started with the kelp, and it's kind of like cooking a frog, right? So I was so slow on adding the kelp in, I didn't relate my new symptoms with the kelp, right? Versus, best way to boil a frog is not throw them in boiling water. It is to put them in the cool water and slowly heat it up. So I'm slowly cooking my frog, pardon my French. And as I looked at my food journal, this was around late May. I looked at my food journal and I noticed that 3 days after starting the kelp, I had an entry in my food journal that says, feeling the magic fading. But, Terry, why didn't you stop then? I'm not that smart. That's why. Just not that damn smart. I was getting ready for my cleanse too. So I had stopped taking all my supplements, most of them, except for the kelp. I had stopped taking my multivitamin. I stopped stuff. So I wasn't connecting my less than superhuman feeling with one thing. I thought it was a point of the fact that I just was stopping all my supplements and phasing them out or whatever. So now we're in late May 2017. I make this epiphany and I'm like, oh, I got myself in the same damn iodine situation that I did before. So I felt pretty dumb, and I felt it challenged my intelligence, right? I try to identify with high intelligence. It makes me feel valuable and like I contribute. So sometimes I feel really dumb, but it's okay. So once I figured that out, I stopped taking the kelp and I went on a massive detox regime with coffee enemas and tons of carrot juice and baths, and I knew I had to get this iodine out of me that I put in there. I'm doing red lamp saunas, I'm taking hot, cold showers, I did everything. So after about 2 weeks of that, around early June, boom, I'm back to normal. And I had flushed out all the excess iodine again, and I felt my body becoming stronger. I felt my brain becoming more clear. I felt that I was back on track again where I was the previous fall. So that's when I started, like I wasn't posting on social media, like on my own personal Facebook or Instagram. I just went off the grid. It just did not do me any pleasure to interact with the world, and I didn't feel like I had anything to say. It's amazing the shift in your mindset and your motivation when you're sick. It's like it's like playing a third-party video game, right? Instead of you being in your body, like I could see my body doing these things, but it didn't seem like me. It just felt like somebody else living my life, and I'm just sitting there watching like, bro, why the hell are you doing that? So once I started feeling back to myself, when I detoxed out the iodine, then I started being active again, right? Going out, seeing human beings, meeting people, posting things socially. So my story specifically was about iodine. Don't confuse that as to being what this is about. It's about deficiencies in your body. It's about years of undernutrition, malnutrition, or just massive buildup of toxins in the body, because they will all manifest the exact same way. It has nothing to do with iodine. It has nothing to do with irresponsible supplementing. It has everything to do with our lifestyles nowadays. So that's the takeaway, is over years and decades of not living optimally, shit gets out of whack, yo. Shit gets out of whack. We have two choices. You do something about it aggressively, or you sit back and roll the dice and see what happens with your life. And I am not the sit back, roll the dice guy. I am the overly aggressive impactor and changer of the destiny of my life. And I think I went through this experience as a massive benefit to help other people. I know exactly why I went through this experience, was so that I can know specifically what it's like to go through a sickness like that and come out on the other side, because I am the Harriet Tubman of health, and I'm building an underground railroad, and I'm coming back to get you and your family. So let's go. So that's the first video. I just want to break down what actually had happened. I'll try to put a timeline or something below this so it makes a little more sense. Next video will be more the emotional side, so I think that will connect with a lot of people that still are too stuck on the symptoms to understand the underlying, the soul of what happened. I think that will help connect with you more. And then I'll go through specifically what I did to fix it back up and get back to being a badass in my mind. So with this, please share this video. It's long, but it's damn good. There's a couple jokes in there. There's like weird sounds and stuff. You didn't get to see this awesome view of the lake. Let me see if I can get this view of the lake and not fall in the damn thing. So this is what I've been walking around. If I fall in this lake, this will be the funniest video there ever was in the world. So, great place here in Austin, Texas. Big fan. Love it a lot. If you're ever in town, let me know. And I hope that this does some value to you and your family and those you love. And I think it's our responsibility to help each other out, because we have to take responsibility for these things so that we can ensure our happiness and our vitality, so that we can live out our life's mission. And when your health, you don't miss your health until it's gone. And then it is the most important thing on the planet Earth, is when your health is gone. So it's that vital to make sure that you keep it strong, that you keep it as productive and progressing as possible, so that you can live your purpose and impact this world. So with that said, enjoy the video, leave some comments below, send me some messages, go to resetyourbody.com. Love to hear from you and your experiences. Be well.